Hey, look at that. Sunny's on a 20 stream streak. All right, Sunny. Get this up. Hey, there we go. Now we're working. Congrats, Sunny. Thanks for coming by and watching. That was an interesting song to come into here. Celebrations all around. Oh man, it's Wednesday. It's hump day. It's a day. How about that? Oh, you get 450 points for that? Dang. I didn't know you got extra points for streaks and stuff like that. Okay, so we are looking around at different stuff. We are 84% raised with our treat for our assistant. We are at 25,368 out of 30K. So we're getting close there for each streak checkpoint. So like 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, gotcha. Does that mean there are no more streaks after that? Do you have to break it to then start over? Or does it just start over on its own again? My first time hitting, so we'll find out. Okay. So probably at 25, so 5 more streams. That would put us at episode 104. Oh, which by the way, Friday will be our 100th stream, working on book stuff, right here on the channel. So that's exciting. My first time hitting it, so we'll find out. Yeah, that'll be cool to see what it actually does. Because I haven't seen anything in the settings over on Twitch that gives me ability to give something or do something for that. So unless it's hidden somewhere, which is very possible. It's interesting. I was looking through even before the stream started here, about an hour ago when I was getting everything set up, all the cameras and everything, but making sure all of my apps worked together with those. And I was just browsing through some channels on Twitch, and people with a bunch of viewers and stuff like that don't have as much setup as like I do. And it's very interesting which stuff is doing well with minimal, I wouldn't say minimal effort, but like minimal stuff even for their own like channel page and stuff like that. It's interesting. I wonder how some of those are sustainable, or if they even are or not, or if it matters. I don't know. Questions of the day. So today's stream will be, don't forget, a shorter stream. We'll be doing our 2-hour stream today. My daughter has early release on Wednesdays, so we'll be going and picking her up early. Actually, I'll be going and picking up the great grandmother and taking her to pick up daughter. Just a special thing that we do on Wednesdays. I know I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Great Graham used to go and pick up both of my kids from school, and they would have like a little daytime excursion, go get snacks and go hang out at her house and stuff like that. And now that she's not driving anymore, I go pick her up, and this way she gets to still do her Great Grand Wednesdays, but without having to drive around or have somebody drive her around. Like my great grandpa, who is also old as shit. Probably shouldn't be driving as much either, but so I've taken over the driving duties. Worthy sacrifice. It's okay. It's worth it. So yeah, don't forget we're doing that today. I want to try to get, even though we have a shorter stream today, I was like trying to decide. I've got a bunch of different things I want to do. I really want to get this cover. I want to make sure this cover blurb stuff is really hammered in. I came up with a couple more ideas. I want to go through the process of some of the stuff that I've been playing with and messing with lately. In some quandaries I have about a lot of different things. So I wanted to do this. I've got website stuff to do. I've got I want to set up some new social media post imagery for after our post on Thursday, because that'll be our 52nd post. Actually, it'll be after Friday, so it'll be for our new week next week when we start our new episode 101 of our streams here. So those to work on. Like I said, I think I said website stuff. Like I have a whole list of things that I want to play with and mess with, and sometimes I have to like sit down and think, okay, what stuff do I really want to get done today? Which stuff do I think I can get done today and play with on stream, kind of stuff, things like that. So I really, really want to get this done. I got my social media post for Thursday, like 90% done already. It's kind of our year in review episode that we're going to do as our changeover of our 52nd week for our posts. So yeah, we're going to look back at all the stuff that we've accomplished this past year, being the second year of publishing and doing all of this stuff on my own. So got that almost done. Have writing to do on it. I've got to pick some music for it too. So I got to get that all done tonight before tomorrow. Maybe I have a little bit of time tomorrow. Sometimes I do some of the writing in the morning time. But yeah. And then I have hopefully some books to deliver tomorrow for a new bookstore that is opening up here in town. So got that to do as well. So lots of cool things, so many things on my brain. Trying to keep them all straight is rough at the moment. Still trying to buy a little bit of time. We're only the January 14th here. Gotta get to February. God, I hope so Ingram is doing, I know I've talked about this a bunch before, Ingram is doing a changeover where they're going to allow people to make changes to their books for free, starting in February. They have come out and said February, but not said February like 1st. They've not said the beginning of February, immediately in February, like they just said it's coming in February. It's just like, okay. So part of the reason why I'm holding off on getting our barcode, holding off getting our ISBN, those two I probably don't need to worry about as much. I can get them for the new price of the book and stuff like that right now. But I'm kind of hoping to do all of them all at the same time, because I need to change out the barcodes and the price for books 1 and 2 as well, because of their price hike that is went into effect sometime this January. So that's why they're opening up the ability to change, send in new files for your covers and stuff like that without charge, which is nice. Because if you were going to update your cover or even any of your internal files of your books, it would cost you $25 to do that. So waiting for, like I said, February. We'll make some changes on things and get hopefully things a little bit more squared away for the next few years so that we can keep going on our journey here. Keep publishing, keep illustrating, keep doing all those things. So I plan to do this for a while. I would love to keep putting together these streams and stuff like that because I think they're fun, and like I said, it focuses me a little bit into making sure that I'm getting work done every time I do these streams, and then I can play with stuff in between streams most time. But yeah, it's kind of like motivating me and keeping me going and doing those things, and hopefully developing a small space. I'm trying to, which I need to talk to a couple people at the Nevada SCBWI. I need to talk to Jenny and see whether or not she would be cool with advertising part of the streams to people, so that if they are working on books themselves in the Nevada area, and they are in between our normal quarterly meetings that we have, that they have a resource or somebody that they can get in contact, or is available to be able to get in contact with, to ask questions about or talk about things or connect with other people in the community and stuff like that. Like, I'm trying to give another free little space that people can access part of that. And then if anybody else in any other state or anywhere else in the world wants to come in and chat and talk about all those things, that's good too. We gotta open it up to all the things and all the peoples, I think is the big kick here. So that's the idea. Things on my mind. I'm just blabbering at the moment. Like I said, so many things on my mind. Events coming up, bookstores opening. Let's work on some stuff. I like it better when I just get to work on illustrations, but I'm getting to the closer to the end of the project where now we got to get into all of the thinking, marketing, business things, that kind of stuff. So yeah. Anyways, what was I? So last week we had this, worked on getting this written out. Y'all got to see some of this work happening either on the Google Docs or in the background. Just back and forth. Lots of back and forth interaction here with the writing part. And I was trying to figure out, in our current climate, I was having a little bit of a breakdown. Was it yesterday? Yeah, I think it was yesterday. I went down a rabbit hole, and I was looking at some different things online about the writing stuff that I'm doing, the use of AI for things, and just all of that in general. I don't know what to fucking say sometimes about a bunch of this stuff. I see videos and things across different perspectives, ideas. I'm of the same idea as a lot of them. Same, what's the words I'm looking for? I don't know what to throw out there yet for it. I guess is the thing. I'm trying to figure out if there's a responsible and ethical way to use some of these systems. If there's not, maybe this just hasn't landed yet in actual society far enough to make a stance on certain things. I don't fucking know. I'm not a bandwagon person. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I know I've talked about on here some of my uses of ChatGPT for helping me clean up some of the stuff I'm writing, and generating information or tracking down information and then double checking those sources, pulling live sources. Like, I think y'all got to see in the last couple streams where kind of using everything that's available to me to kind of cobble together what I want for a lot of these type of writing setups and stuff like that. And I was doing, like I said, I went on a little diatribe yesterday, and I started taking some of taking our blurb here and plugging it into some detectors, some AI detectors and stuff like that. And this same exact blurb right here that we've been working on, that you guys have seen me kind of go back and forth, try to pull some ideas from GPT, didn't really work a whole bunch of times, and just kind of the slow process that it took me to get even to this far, and trying a bunch of different detectors to see what it says, and none of them being consistent in any way, shape, or form. All of them saying something different, that some of this is, some of it's not, and then none of them ever agreeing on either the percentage amount or which sentences they thought were and were not, which is quite interesting. And some of the stuff that I thought some of the stuff that was 100% written by me was stuff that it thought was generated, and stuff that I did generate it didn't think that they thought it was human. So it's confusing in a lot of fucking weird ways. So I'll give you an example of this. So the blurb that we hear, it couldn't quite tell what was and wasn't, and it struggled with the sentences, especially across different detectors. But something that I did have GPT put together for me was just my boring copyright page, which is just the legal jargon of this is copyrighted 2000 whatever. And actually I can show you what that page looks like. Let me minimize this way you guys can get an example of what it looks like. All rights reserved. No part of this book may be reproduced, distributed, or transmitted in any form or by any means, including photocopying, recording. It's like basic, boring, legal speak. Non-commercial uses permitted by copyright law. This is, me. This work is a non-fiction name, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The artist, illustrator, creator of this digital, like, I literally had to just give me a basic form on GPT of what this looks like, and just retyped it out almost exactly how it was. Changed it, maybe probably a few of the words. Put this one into the detector and it said, nope, cool, 100% human. I'm like, there's no freaking way at all. So I don't know what to tell people. I don't know what to say about any of this stuff. I then went to like Google and found one of the books that we were looking at yesterday was Hugless Douglas. It's a good book, a book about a bear looking for a hug. Anyways, its little blurb it had on Amazon's website, pulled that and put it into these detectors, and it goes 100% AI written. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck, dude. I don't know. So my brain melted down a little bit yesterday because I don't know what to do about any of that. I don't know how to be studious and do all my stuff and use the tools and the methods and the things available to me, and like I feel like, so you all got to see me write out a bunch of this, like put out a bunch of different versions of it, break down the sentences, break down the words, reassemble them in different ways. We did a whole bunch of cutting. I think it was either Friday, might have been yesterday. We did two days where we just cut things out of the document, where I was just wrote a bunch of different things, and we even had a whole list of words. Actually, I can bring it up for y'all. Ooh, that really got slow. Whole list of words here of things that I thought represented kind of what was in the book and stuff like that. So like, I don't know how all of this is supposed to work. I just don't know. I think I'm just going to keep going at the moment and doing things the way I think they need to be done, and I don't know. I've talked about even on the art side of things, like I do all of my, you guys get to see all of the illustrations and stuff that I put together by hand the way I want to put them together. That's typically the way an artist does it. Not every painter paints the same way. Not every videographer videos the same way. Like you put things and use the tools and stuff the way you want to use them. I do that. I don't think using AI for finished products and slapping it on, like I've seen advertisements for books that just like generate, slap on book, send out to print. Like there's no, is it the amount of time and effort and thought that I put into all of it that does it make a difference if I'm using partial like GPT stuff to help with the writing, but then I'm also really using a lot of my own editing and querying and thinking and Google searches along with physical media? Like, does it make a difference if I do all of those things? Is the effort the thing that makes the difference? Am I asking too many questions of this and just slapping myself in the side of the head and being like, "Beep. Are those good questions to have? Bad questions to have?" I don't know. Like I said, I went down a rabbit hole the other day because it was just bugging me. It was weighing on me too much in a lot of different ways. I don't know. I struggle with the writing part, so to have that extra little hand on the wheel or have that accessibility is nice in certain ways. To think of different combinations of words. I don't know. Alright, enough of the existential crisis things. Let's see. We need to make... There it is, character. We need to change this up a little bit here. That's reduced it to 19. I'll get off the horse here. Sorry for taking us down the pathway. Ooh, one of the so I do want to go back down this pathway a little bit here. Damn it. So one of the things that was interesting while I was doing this down the rabbit hole search and stuff like that is there are a lot of AI detector websites out there for writing and stuff like that. No two are the same. Some of them use one singular website to pretend like they have their own, but they're actually just using the same one. But yeah, they're all slightly different. And even like Grammarly has its own detection, stuff like that, which I use Grammarly constantly for editing or not editing, but punctuation and stuff like that. So making sure that I've spelled words correctly and stuff like that, which is an AI assistant in and of itself now too. So anyways, but besides just doing detection, they also offered other services where once they went through and detected it, they would pop up another box that would be like, oh, would you like to humanize this more? So they were detecting whether or not some piece of writing was AI and then giving the option to then use an AI to take the thing that it detected as AI and trying to rewrite it again and make it sound more human. And that was just about every one of those websites had that tool. So I was like, wait a minute. Isn't that like shooting yourself in the foot? Because then you are... And this was funny because I played around with it a little bit, and I took the response that it gave me when I told it to quote unquote humanize the writing and put it back into another detector, and it was like, oh, this is 100% AI, and it's like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? It's a self-eating snake is what it is. It's an Ouroboros. It's a it doesn't I don't understand. It's just a money grab? Is that all? Because they'd only allowed you to do a certain amount before. So it's like, sign up for pro. Like, that was like every single one of them. But it's like, holy shinto, like, what is happening here? I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna try to fuck around with this a little bit here. The interesting part about that story is that it actually was giving me, because I would actually tell it to, if you repress the button to humanize things, it would actually rewrite it in a different way. So it was actually giving me good variations. I wouldn't say like good writing, but it would, like, ChatGPT gets into a loop where it writes it the exact same way, but it doesn't change very many things in it. It's just like, oh, let's just, we'll slightly alter some of the wording or whatever like that, but it doesn't, it'll just keep repeating kind of like the same basic structure over and over and over again. The humanized thing was actually interesting because it actually changed some of the structures of it every time it would try to. So it was kind of fascinating in that way too. I don't know. So anyways, so I wanted to look at what we have written here today, and I read it yesterday, and I was like, there's one piece of it that is a little off to me, and I need to see if there's a way I can fix that without adding too many more words to this. So a little time has gone by and Buttons has grown quite a bit. I love that sentence. I think that one's good. When a surprise box arrives, it seems like fun. I think we need something there. It seems like fun, like it needs an and. Fun and something until a small kitten named Patch pops out. Yeah, see how like just it seems like, and I know we were trying to compress it down as far as we can, but sometimes you have to break some of the compression to make the sentences feel and sound. I think it's the feel better. Like that one felt a little cut off, and then like we tried to smash two sentences together too hard and we lost something in the middle. So I think we do need an and here, and something. Feels like fun. So if we're playing in boxes, a typical sentence would be fun and games, right? Like that would be... let's see, we may have to reduce this down to make it fit. 9? Okay, 9. Let's just leave it there for now. Fun and games is a typical combination of things. It seems like fun and games until a small kitten named Patch pops out. The two become inseparable friends, ready for endless... Oh, okay. There. For endless adventures. Well, maybe fun and games works. Maybe and games works. I'm still having troubles with this last one. It works mechanically. Celebrate curiosity, discovery, and friendship in... Like it works mechanically, but kind of sucks a little bit. I don't know why. Not 100% sure why. Can I increase this? No. It's the discovery. That's the problem. If I do this... Aha, it fits. Yay. Okay, cool. A little time has gone by and Buttons has grown quite a bit. When a surprise box arrives, it seems like fun and games until a small kitten named Patch pops out, which definitely is what we're going with here, because there's, I don't say existential crisis moments, but trying to figure out what's in the box and kind of being scared of it, and then it popping open. We have a whole moment there where it seems like fun and games until a small kitten pops out. Is it? It seems like fun and games until... Might have figured out a problem with that right here. It seems like fun and games, but it is fun and games because boxes are fun and games. It's not until... Maybe that's the problem right there. It's not until. I I think I'm having the problem with until. It seems like fun and games. Hey, thank you, vegetarian, for coming in here with your body botness. But unfortunately, my friend, you have to go bye-bye. Seems like fun and games until a small kid named Patch pops out. I feel like the until gives that sense of it's no longer fun and games. Yeah, the sentence structure for this, it seems like fun and games until. We definitely need a small kid named Patch pops out, but we may need to change. It seems it works though. It works. The two words work in conjunction with each other. When a surprise box arrives, it seems like like maybe that's it? No, because we have box on there twice. When a surprise box arrives, it seems like a normal one box until a small kid. No. Surprise box arrives, it seems like but it's not. It's not fun and games because he's surprised by everything that's going on here. Yeah, there's something. There's something that's bugging me about this. And maybe I shouldn't let it bug me about it. A little time has gone by, and Buns has grown quite a bit. When a surprise box arrives, it seems like fun. Seems like all fun and games? No. Until a small kid named Patch pops up. The two become inseparable friends, ready for endless adventures. Celebrate curiosity, discovery, and friendship. Under the box party surprise. Are those the best words to describe? Let me update this on my docs. When it arrives, it seems like Oh, I did have all on there. All fun and games. Okay, so it's already been. What the heck are you talking about? Okay, so no punctuation there. Okay, so I can play with the other half of this. Like I said, sometimes I get too far into trying to make something like really, really perfect. Until someone loses an eye, then it's ping pong. Thank you, Sunny, for that. I appreciate that. Hey, look at that. We're up to 85%. Until someone loses an eye, then it's ping pong. Wow. Unravel the mystery. Box party surprise. It seems like all fun and games until a small. I think that helps. The all helped a lot. All fun and games until a small kid named Patch pops out. The two become inseparable friends ready for endless adventures. Endless adventures, period. I feel like that could be a comma that rolls into buttons in the box party surprise, but I don't know how to roll that quite yet. Oh, I just popped my knee. Holy shnikes. Oh. I'm gonna do my own stretches at the moment. Oh. What's up, puppies? Do you need to go outside? Oh, her ears just got shot up. Hi. Yeah, do you want to go patrol? Okay. Well, I'll take you over so you can patrol. Yeah, because we have 10 minutes left, so let's go patrol. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go let the puppy out. I already said I'll be back. I'll be back. Okay. Let's see if we can catch her out there. She might have already ran through, who knows? Sometimes she likes to go right out the door and just sit there for a second. She doesn't run off right away. We'll come back and check on her during the break. See if what she's doing. Small kid named Patch pops out. The two become inseparable friends, ready for endless adventures. That's a good sentence. The two become inseparable friends, ready for endless adventures. So we can either comma add on to that, or we can do like I have here and use this last sentence to do our wrap up into the book title. I could also put this at the beginning. I could put in buttons in the backyard, and the box party surprise. A little time has gone by. So I could put that at the beginning, technically. Ooh. Let's play with that a little bit. Let's go from here, go here, minimize that so we don't lose that. Let's duplicate this. So we don't need it down here. Get rid of that for now. In Buttons and the Box Party Surprise. A little time has gone by and Buttons has grown quite a bit. When a new surprise box arrives, it seems like all fun and seems like, is that what I wrote down? Why am I tripping on it? It seems like all, yes. It seems like all fun and games until a small kid named Patch leaps out. The two become inseparable friends ready for endless adventure. Ooh, I put this together. SEO discover the magic of finding a friend. Sound. Maybe that should be up. Discover the magic. Expected in. It's nope. I think that. We've made a couple different versions here now. Leave that one. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Leave that one. Okay, so now we have three different. This is where I get down, like I said, we're down the rabbit hole where I'm like, oh, I've written it. I think we're pretty good. I should be okay. And then I go back and I'm like, I'm going to make 3 different more versions here. And try to figure out which one I like the best. In Buttons and the Box Party Surprise, a little time has gone by. Buttons has grown quite a bit. When a new surprise box arrives, it seems like all fun and games until a small kitten named Patch leaps out. The two become inseparable friends ready for endless adventures. Not bad. It may need a little extra piece on the end of it to get to where it needs to go. Yeah, I think it's missing like a little half sentence at the end. Or maybe some kind of extension on the two become inseparable friends. We have I feel like we have a partial sentence we can put in there to bump that up a little bit. Let's see. A little time has gone by and Buttons has grown quite a bit. When a new surprise box arrives, it seems like all fun and games until a small kitten named Patch leaps out. The two become inseparable friends ready for endless adventures. Discover the magic of finding a friend where you least expect it in Buttons and the Box Party Surprise. Fuck, that last sentence kind of slaps a little bit. Shit. Discover the magic of finding a friend where you least expect it. Yeah, damn, that almost. kind of like that. Okay, so the question is, Sunny, you can give me your opinion on this. We have 2 sentences here at the end. We have celebrate curiosity, discovery, and friendship in Buttons and the Box Party's surprise. Or discover the magic of finding a friend where you least expect it in Buttons and the Box Party surprise. Those are the 2 that we are wrestling with right now that I think are pretty good contenders. Unless I figure out something to put on this 3rd one. Which could also make it a contender, but I kind of like the second one, discover the magic of finding your friend where you least expect it, because that really like harkens back to what's happening in the book too. I'm so divided on it. Yeah, maybe we'll work on this middle one here, or this 3rd one. Dang, we're already getting up to our first break here. The 2-hour, well, I also burned up a whole bunch of time beforehand just jabbering about AI and my freaking brain being stupid. But yeah, we in about 1minute and 30 seconds here, we're gonna have our first break time come up here. Just a 3-minute little ad break for those of you who are not subscribed to the channel, which is okay. You don't have to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to. If you would like to support the books and support the stuff that I'm doing, then please, yes, subscribe to the channel. That definitely helps me be able to do a lot of different things, buy ISBNs, barcodes, maybe someday be able to copyright all of these at the National Copyright Registry, stuff like that. But in the meantime, just watching an ad helps a little bit as well, and we pause during those break times. It gives me a chance to little walk around, grab something to drink, do those kind of things, and then come back and keep working on stuff and talking and answering questions, and hopefully not going into deep dark madness. Wouldn't be my first time, won't be my last. So, but yeah, so stick around. We're gonna have ad break pop up here in about 20 seconds, give or take, and then we will come back and keep going from there. So we'll swap over to our outside assistant cam. We'll see if we can catch her, but never know. So stick around, we'll be right back.
Sunny_Ruth says big stretch.
Okay, Sunny, I'll be doing those big stretches. Do those big stretches. Oh, I'm gonna need them after today. Sometimes I try to stretch my brain too much when I'm doing these things. Trying to make sure that I sound like I feel like if I was working at a desk job at a publisher house, whatever like that, are they going through and nitpicking every single wording and everything? Or are they just kind of like pushing things through? I'm not talking about like little publishing houses. I'm like talking like the big ones, like Schuster or fuck, I had two more and then I just forgot them. Anyways, any of the big kids book publishers, stuff like that. Like, I know they have teams for this. They have teams of editors. They have independent contractors. They have a lot of different resources available to them. Do they pine over the stuff and just pour every living moment into 2 words, 3 words, 1 sentence? Do they try to make it the best of the best? Do they just kind of slide it through and get it out there? I would love to know if anybody knows any industry people that would love to come on and talk to me about stuff. And I might have to play a little bit online and see if anybody wants to come through and talk. Might talk to some friends. Maybe they might want to talk about their experience with their own journeys through publishing and doing all the things. Remember, I have the luxury, since I am doing this all self-published, that I have the luxury of time, that I can do things how I want to do things, move things around how I want to move them. I don't have we technically have the reach being on Ingram, but we don't have the capital to just push things around. I don't have the capital to do like advertisements or huge campaigns or set up like huge tours across the country and everything else like that. Like, those things are not as accessible to me in that way. So, but I would love to know more. I'd love to know what that process looks like. I'd love to know how people work with their illustrators and stuff too. If they are just writers, and not writer illustrators. I'd love to know what illustrators. I've seen a bunch of illustrators talk about time frames and work and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of authors just talking about manuscripts and agents and selling stories that way. There's a very yawny girl out there. Yeah, something to work on. Gotta get some people maybe in here at some point. Back to the conundrum. Okie dokie. Followed by curiosity, discovery, and friendship. I don't like those. Discover the magic of finding a friend where you least expect it. The buttons and I feel like that just hits better. Dang it. I only need this part. Copy. Oh, it just barely doesn't fit. A little time has gone by. One has grown quite a bit. When a surprise box arrives, it seems like all fun and games until a small kitten named Patch pops out. The two become inseparable friends, ready for endless adventures. Discover the magic of finding a friend where you least expect it in Buttons, the box party surprise. See, like, we all expect it because, you know, we know that animals come in boxes sometimes. But Buttons doesn't understand that because he can only go off of his own experience of being in a box, but he doesn't remember that too much. Okay, so how are we going to... I want to try to keep this at font size 10. Can't really expand it. Pushes a little bit, pushes it badly. Also don't like how finding is split, so we're gonna have to change that a little bit here. Can I go 9.5? Is that a thing? Yes, it is. Okay. 9.5 is better. Let's see if we can get it a little bit bigger. Oh. Guess who wants to come inside now? I think she got cold out there. I'll be right back. Okay, Doggo has been rescued. Okay, can we increase this to like 9.6? Okay, 6 is fine. 9.7? No, 6 is the biggest we can go. Okay, so we're getting close to 10 at the very least. And everything still fits. I would prefer that 10, but I don't think we can get there. A little time has gone by, and Buttons has grown quite a bit. When the surprise box arrives, it seems like all fun... Yeah, because we added fun and games. That pushed us down a little farther. It seems like all fun and games until a small kitten named Patch pops out. The two become inseparable friends, ready for endless adventures. Discover the magic of finding a friend where you least expect it in Buttons and the Box Party Surprise. Okay, so I like that, but we need to compare that. A heartwarming tale unfolds in an old shirt and a new name, intertwining love, curiosity, mischief, and how lost things can be rediscovered in the most unexpected ways. Watch how one begins to top and stitches tapestry of countless tales. Yeah. The magic of finding a friend where you least expect it. That's a weird sentence. Discover the magic. Discover the magic. I'm telling you, sometimes when I get into this, I'm like, oh, sounds great. And then And I start to question. Discover the magic of finding your friend where you least expected. Let's open up number 2 as well. Button's backyard treasure and continues Button's story as he gradually settles in with his new family and home. Guided by curiosity. We have curiosity in both of these. Yes, we do. So that's why I wanted to cut out curiosity in number 3. We get it. He's curious. Button steps outside for the first time, discovering exciting surprises, spark his imagination, turn patchwork moments into an unforgettable adventure. I don't think it has the same hit as that other one does. My abundance has grown quite a bit. When a surprise box arrives, it seems like all fun and games until a small kid named Pouch pops out. Two become inseparable friends ready for endless adventure. Inseparable friends ready for endless adventures. Discover the magic of finding a friend least expected. We are invoking several different things. Love, curiosity, mischief here. Tapestry of countless tales, right? This is an unforgettable adventure. By curiosity, Button steps outside for the first. I felt like I was so in tune with this writing when I did these that it was so much easier. Okay, we're gonna save that real quick. I know you all love watching me struggle on this. this is good things to watch. Discover the magic. Your friend who you least expected. Friends ready for endless adventures. Yes. Let's see. Where can I grab that from? Oops, that's the one. Okay, got that saved at the moment. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh, you know what I should do? If I get too stuck on this, I should actually print out this copy, bring it to great-grandmother today, and I should ask her. She's read hundreds of storybooks, picture books, board books, books just in general. Should ask her what she thinks. She's generally pretty agreeable with just about anything, but I may have to put the works down on her and be like, no, I need an opinion on this. Okay. What do I want to do? Okay, so this is the interesting part about, like, I think very linearly. So sometimes I get stuck in my head and I'm reading this sentence over and over and over again. And I think this is indicative of a lot of writers, artists, creatives, just anybody in general. Even just working a normal job. If you're just stuck looking at the same thing over again, you tend not to see the solution or the possibilities because you're just so hyper focused on the one thing. I think the interesting part about using like I said, ChatGPT and stuff like that is that if you understand how to actually structure prompts and ask things or ask it to do certain things, put things together, combinations, then it has the possibility to like open up a window to show you kind of a different variation of the thing that you're thinking, which is kind of nice. So what I did on the back side here is I took what we have written currently, our blurb here. I put it into GPT and I said, rewrite this, and I put the blurb, and I said, but with a similar vibe as the blurb from book 1. That's why I grabbed this one and put it into there. And like, it's trying a little, I would say trying too hard, but it's trying too hard. So it's really trying to blend them together, but at the same time, it's coming up with variations on how to structure the sentences together, the words in the sentences, that is kind of interesting. So like it's saying, heartwarming tale unfolds in Buttons and the Box Party surprise. We're weaving curiosity, playfulness, and the joy of unexpected friendship. So we've basically combined book 1 and book 2's blurb together in that first sentence. Definitely wouldn't want to use heartwarming tale. Don't want to use weaves curiosity, playfulness. It's kind of like, yeah, that one, I don't think that sentence works at all, because it's just almost too much of a repeat of everything that we've already done. As Buttons has grown, so has his adventures. That's an interesting way to combine two parts of what we talked about. The adventures part in the bottom half of here, adventures, and the grown part. Like it took those two pieces, it's like, oh, those two match up, and put them together. As Buttons has grown, so has his adventures, which is an interesting sentence. Until a mysterious box reveals a tiny kitten named Patch. That I don't care as much about, but that first part is interesting. Watch how one surprising moment opens the doors to a bond that will fill the house with laughter, love, and endless adventure. Blech. So this one's an option that's soft and whimsical. A tender story blossoms. Nope, weird. You already lost me on that one. Mischief and a touch of magic light. No. When a surprise box arrives, Buttons' world changes in the most unexpected way as a small kitten named Patch pops out. No, too much of the same. Together they begin a friendship that proves the greatest surprise often come wrapped in the simplest ways. That's weird. Buttons and the Box Party. You know what what I kind of wish it would do is, and I know it can't do it yet. I don't know if it will be able to do it. I want like random stuff. Like I don't want. Yeah, it can't do that yet. It's just pulling from things that it can try to predict out would be semi-correct, right? And Buttons in the Box Party surprise, a sweet and heartwarming journey unfolds, one filled with curiosity, laughter, and the magic finding friendship where you least expect it. As Buttons explores a mysterious box, a tiny kitten named Patch leaps into his life, turning an ordinary day into the start of a lifelong bond. That one's actually interesting. That one is a gentle and poetic version. Like I could see stealing some of the bits and pieces of that. This one says storybook classic tone. A charming tale comes to life in, yeah, see, that's like standard industry jargon right there. A charming tale comes to life. It's like, that gives me like Disney vibes. You know? The magic returns in Disney's Forever After. You know, like charming tale comes to life in Buttons in the Box Party Surprise, blending wonder, discovery, and the beauty of new beginnings. When a surprise box appears, Buttons' playful curiosity leads to an unexpected meeting with a little kitten named together they show how the simplest surprises can spark the most meaningful friendships. Bleh. I think part of this process is it's also about vibing with what the structures are and stuff like that. I think that's why it's a process. Like, a lot of people will take this and just be like, copy, paste, slap, go, move on. And I think that's where the problem is. Like, it should help inform some of your work and how you are putting things together and working together with all of this, and like your understanding. Like, I'm learning a lot from reading a lot of these because I'm understanding vibe, intonation, how the pacing, the warmth, the temperature, a lot of different things. And I think it's interesting to be able to see kind of what I have put together in these different tones to see how the vibes play out with each other and stuff. I think it's just kind of fascinating to me, though. I think that's partially why I'm fascinated with all of these. Because, like you said, I went through and it's just like, nope, that sounds bad. Nope, that's like, I'm almost working like an editor at the moment. Being like, nah, that's shit. That's bad. Oh, that's not bad. Like, but you need to make slight adjustments here. And like, is that what an editor and stuff does? Is they're just like, they're going through and just vibing with whatever the written pages are, and then give criticism and adjustments based off of. Interesting. The gentle and poetic one was interesting. On the part, a sweet, heartwarming journey unfolds. Buttons explores. I kind of like that. As Buttons explores a mysterious box, a tiny kitten named Patch leaps into his life, turning an ordinary day into the start of a lifelong bond. It's furry. How about just furry? All of the furry. See, I'm getting out in the weeds again. I'm adding more options to my. Let's see. Let's do. As Buttons, he explores a mysterious bog. I don't like tiny. I think I like good. What do I call it? Small kitten named Patch leaps into his life. Turning an ordinary day into the start of a lifelong bond. Let's see. Don't fill with that. Imagine when you're expected. Okay, so we have it there. So this is kind of like the process that sometimes I go through where all these versions, variations, and I'll go through and I'll cut out all of the stuff that I think either doesn't sound good or doesn't work. You've kind of seen part of that before where we've gone through and just done days where we just cut whole sentences and stuff like that and combine things the way we think it should sound better. So out of 4 responses, the 4 options, I took one sentence and put it here, and part of it sounds good, part of it needs rework. We already changed small. As Buns explores a mysterious box. Mysterious box. A small kid named Patch leaps out. Turning an ordinary, that's not getting corrected wise. Ordinary. Oh, I think I broke. I think I broke it. Or no. It's not doing corrections. Okay, maybe it is. Leaps out, turning an ordinary day into the start of a lifelong friendship. I like bond. I think I like friendship better. One day, a surprise box shows up. Oops, goes up, period. Where's the mysterious new box? A small kid named Patch leaps out, turning an ordinary day into the start of a lifelong friendship. It's not doing corrections still. Stupid. Should be doing plagiarism in AI text. Interesting. I haven't seen that button before. That's new. Can I reset this somehow? Because you're not actually checking things at the moment. Checking things at the bottom. Yeah, it's not working correctly. Poopy doopies. May have to quit Safari and come back. Oops. I don't have that activated. There we go. Quit Safari. Reopen Safari. Google Docs. Okay. So I have to reset that one because that's wrong. There we go. A little time has gone by and Buttons has grown quite a bit. One day, a surprise box shows up. As Buttons explores the mysterious new box, a small kid named Pat. I kind of like that sounding of that. New box, or explores the mysterious new box. A small kid named Patch leaps out, turning an ordinary day into the start of a lifelong friendship. Let's see, the two become inseparable friends. Let's combine and reduce this a little bit. The two become inseparable friends. Alright, we were kind of over got both of them. Let's just get rid of that. Discover the magic of finding a friend where you least expect it in Buttons in the Box Party surprise. That was not bad. A little time has gone by, and Buttons has grown quite a bit. One day, a surprise box shows up. As Buttons explores the mysterious new box, a small kid named Patch leaps out, turning an ordinary day into the start of a lifelong friendship. Discover the magic of finding a friend where you least expect it in Buttons and the Box Party surprise. Not bad. It's not bad. How many words is it? 64. We're gonna be pushing it a little bit here. I think this is what we have down there. 62. Okay, so it's like 2 words more than what we have on there right now. Quite a bit. When a new surprise box arrives, it seems like all fun and games until a small kid named Ben. I was gonna change the ending of this one, but I think my brain has moved on from that, so let's just get rid of it. This was our original put together. One day a new surprise box is brought into the house. New box makes fun measures. Yeah. This is one of my original ones. These are the production ones. This is taking me a lot of time. Okay, let's change it up here. We've got about 17 minutes left here on our stream. So let's change it up here a little bit. Let's open up Canva and see if it doesn't crash everything. Pray and hope. Where is Toby? Toby, let's get that. Don't save that. 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 We'll switch to these. Canva. Get rid of that. Let's bring up this. We'll try to do something a little bit more productive now. Because I'm stuck again. Okay, so this was the other thing I was going to work on. And I had a different idea. And I want to strip apart a bunch of this for let's just get rid of this for now. With that stuff has to stay. Some capacity. Where's the picture? Aha, there it is. Uploads. Let's see if it's in here or not. Don't think I brought it in here yet. Oh, I did. Haha. Is that the same one? Oh, it is. Okay, cool. Sweet. Okay. Position, layer. Oops, grab that wrong. Let's put this down here. Let's move some things around here. That's the shadow. I kind of want to try to get everything in that I can. Like I said, I really want to change up how this post looks and feels. Okay, so that would be full. That would be full across there. So pick these two. Let's pick this. Just group those together. Let's go. These, group those together. Let's group those I guess it really depends on what I want to do, because like I have a lot of information here. This is just kind of more fun. You guys kind of get to see my setup a little bit here. There's a little bit of my setup. This is all the setup. Well, I guess not. I guess there's a little bit you don't get to see. Like my bookshelf and stuff. What is I would prefer to have this information centralized down here. Nope. Basically the same, but just a different color. Let's get rid of this. This for now. Let's do boop boop a doo. Boop boop a doo. Doo boop doo boop doo boop doo. Actually, That would be fine. We gotta figure out how to fit in a bunch of information here. Got space here, we've got space up here. So the battle is on Instagram and other places. Give me a square, thank you. Okay, so that is the square. Sweet, okay, I did do that right. Come on, you can delete. Hello? Delete. What is happening here? Wow. Okay. So we've got two shapes to deal with here. We've got the rectangle, which includes these purple bars, top and bottom, and then the square bits, which is everything in between them. So I know we've discussed this a little bit before on here, but on social media, depending on where you go to, there are two different formats, that rectangle and square, and they kind of use them interchangeably a little bit, for like blue sky, square, or no, you can do any shape I believe you want on there. But if you do more than one image, it's going to put everything into a square. So if you do multiple images, squares is the way to go. Threads, I think, you can have either one. And you can daisy chain them together because that's a carousel. It's a scroll left or right, so that one doesn't matter. Instagram is, if you look at somebody's page, it's going to be in this orientation of the rectangle. If you're looking through the search feature, then it's going to be a square or or a very tall horizontal video rectangle. So there's actually three sizes that you have to worry about with Instagram. So that's kind of why I have these cut down here in the middle a little bit too. Is because just in case it does do that long format for the video, that it cuts it down closer to where these little stitches are, little stitchings kind of idea. Trying to be conscious of all that stuff. Okay, so let's get rid of, ungroup this. Let's change this. To Monday, comma, Wednesday, comma, Friday. Is that little star a... Then group it, see. Just by itself. Okay. I can just do with it by itself. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 9 a.m. Oops. 9 a.m. I could do it separate. 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Wednesday would be 11 a.m. Friday would be I could do that instead. Then I could use this one all week. Two, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 6. All right, folks, we are coming up on our last ad break here. See if I can pull this in real quick. Okay. Yeah, we've got about 45 seconds here before our last ad break for the stream. Our assistant has moved around yet. Once again, I'll have to move the cameras, but yeah, we're going to pause right here. I don't mind this. This is not too bad. I might have to come up with a couple other ones for the different days, but just kind of make them more interchangeable might be a good idea. But yeah, we're going to pause here, walk around, do a 3-minute walkabout, and then come back and roll up our stream for this afternoon so that I can go pick up daughter from school and do those things. So let me switch over to our outside cam for the moment. I will find the assistant and we'll come back and we'll go from there. So stick around, we'll be right back. Okay, I went with a very different camera angle for this one. I don't know if she's okay with that. You're good, girl. You're good. She's being silly. Wednesdays are those days where I either have one thing to work on, and I think I do a little bit of I chip away at something, or it just kind of feels like a little bit of a wash day where if I bounce around to too many things or spend too much time like yapping, kind of like the day disappears. So that happens. It's just one of those things. Hopefully I'll be able to get all of this stuff figured out at some point. I'm feeling nice and good. Hopefully. Hey. Oh yeah. Well, at least the Fireball was working correctly today, and or at least OBS and Fireball were collaborating correctly together with each other today, so we didn't have any of those problems. But welcome back to the stream here. Sora is really fighting falling asleep here, as you can see. She's trying really hard. She's like, I'm sleepy, but I don't want to go sleepy. It's a good dog. Anyways, let's go back over here for the moment. Yeah, I think that's it for the day. I will be back on Friday for our 100th episode. Ooh, my well, that's the one I increased. There we go. Now it's the right size. I was like, my Canva's way off. It's covering up half of my stuff. I will be back on Friday for our 100th stream episode, working on all of this book stuff online. So, yeah, that'll be a little celebration to go with that. That's a little accomplishment to have. Just taking those little wins, those little victories, and kind of making them a little bit special. They don't have to be huge. They don't have to be major special, but maybe just a little bit is good. So I'm going to try my best to do that on Friday here. We also have, like I said, tomorrow is my 52nd social media post, which means we have gone one whole revolution around the sun, and we are back to square one again. So 2 things to celebrate technically on the next 2 days, but little victories, like I said, little small victory things to be proud of. So but yeah, I'm not sure exactly what we'll be working on stream, but it will have something to do with either these posts or more work on the book stuff and moving forward with everything else. Depending, yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll see what's going to happen. Go from there. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I keep thinking of like community stuff for anybody in the Nevada area that is looking for a little space to connect with other authors, illustrators in the area. Feel free to drop by the stream. I have the ability to answer questions live if you type them in chat, or you can send them through the form over on my website, tahoeanime.com. Or you can also access that through the stitch-tales.com website as well. So all of that is accessible. You can send your questions in. I will answer them on the stream. I've done it before. It's been kind of cool, kind of fun thing to do. So, but yeah, that's what we've got going on. Lots of ums here. All right, let's just close it up here. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all on Friday. Thank you, Sunny, for coming. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. Thanks for getting a 20 stream streak. We'll have to see. You got 5 more, and then we can see what happens next after that. So, yeah, I'll see you all on Friday. Bye, everybody.